Okay, everybody. First off, can you hear me and see me? I hope you can. Honestly, I don't know what's going on here. Actually, I was all set to do a video for all of you with a different title and a different cover photo. YouTube banned it. They would not allow me to go live with that title and cover photo. So I have to be very careful about things I wanted to talk about here. What I think got them was one specific, I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to show it to you. You see where my finger is right there? You can't put that in the title. You can't put that anywhere, even if you try to make it look a little different. I try to disguise it. Um, okay, I had the same thing in the cover photo. So obviously, some kind of AI here can analyze the cover photo. So it's kind of interesting, honestly, to see this going on here. All right, look, a lot of stuff to cover with you. Going to be very careful. In fact, I might just show you pictures. I don't even know if this is going to make a difference. Okay, with regard to with that lava, you had the same problem, right? Look, they got a lot of things in store for us, and we're not even allowed to mention the fact that you can't say uh, this right there. That should tell you something. They got to keep people dumbed down. Um, People are not allowed to think. The greatest threat to those who seek to have power over you is you thinking, you engaging your brain. You understand? You can't even have an opinion on this stuff, even if you are a medical doctor. Remember, I had a medical doctor on my show during, I guess I can say COVID, during COVID, who came out to expose. This guy was a medical doctor, banned, taken down. The guy lost his job over coming on my show. First time I ever had a guest to allow people to understand what was actually going on here. So we really are moving into a very interesting time, people. Again, understand what you're seeing, why you're seeing it. Honestly, the United States of America in a very short period of time is going to be unrecognizable. With that, I want to give an honest and true shout out to President Trump. He has done a fantastic job, and I mean this, okay, with securing the border. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of arrests so far, people trying to get in here illegally. We need strong borders. I think that's pretty obvious here. So I want to give a shout out to President Trump on that. Okay. Um, anyway, look, we have a bunch of stuff to talk about, and again, I must be careful with what I say here. Let's start off with this is crazy with some economic news today. So, consumer sentiment drops in January, and 12-month inflation expectations are on the rise. People are, I guess, not as stupid as they think we are. Existing home sales fall to a 30-year low. Now, 61% of young adults between the ages of 18 and 35, I believe, are financially stressed, struggling to make ends meet here. This, my friends, is going to get so much worse for all of us moving forward, especially the young people who are trying to establish themselves here. I'm telling you, I don't know another way to say this. From the end of last year, I have been broadcasting that we are going to see currency devaluation on a scale that their heads are going to spin around like The Exorcist. They have no idea what's being set up for them. It's an incredible situation here. Lower rates, the promises of lower rates, the demand for lower rates here by President Trump. It's a game, a very dangerous game that they're playing here, and no one's going to tell people the truth. People don't understand it. Again, even the most basic concepts of how the economy functions, why it functions, they have no idea. Again, this is a big thing that people are not allowed to know. And if you're one of my crew here, I don't think there's very few people that can stand toe to toe with you with regard to understanding how the financial system works and the economy works and how they play against each other. Anyway, just to let you understand what's going on here, this is Congressional Budget Office projections. This is their projection here for this year. I think this is on the low end here. This is the federal budget deficit. I think it's going to be over 2 trillion, 2.2, 2.3 trillion. It depends on what they throw at us, because remember that? Okay. Got to be careful. I can't say things. I'm going to be pointing at things. You understand? Anyway, with regard to this, a couple of other things going on here that I want to show you. We did get a drop here in the major stock market indices. Now, this S&P 500 here, let me read something to you. And this is in your inbox if you subscribe to my newsletter, again, free in the description of this video. For my lions out here who want to take advantage of what is about to happen, what is about to happen with regard to artificially suppressed rates, the dollar losing purchasing power, people struggling here, the mechanism is diabolic. It is. It's a diabolic. It opens up a doorway for cash to make its way into risk assets here, the stock market, inflating the bubble that we have in the stock market being driven by obviously a hyper bubble. I don't even know what you want to call it in the debt market is a monster. We've never seen this before, ever in history, that we have never been. This market has never been as overvalued as it is today. And there is a lot of risk here, but we're being forced to do everything in our power to keep our heads above water in this environment where central banks colluding with world leaders are going to make sure that we suffer, that they make us slaves to their system as we are being bridged into a new system, a new paradigm. Spirit child, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. But anyway, this is important for you lions out here that are looking to get back in here into the market. Understanding that risk is bad. It's high. According to the MMRI, we are still in an extreme risk environment. I hope you guys and girls are paying attention to this. Again, this is for you, wherever I put it here. We're sitting at about 308 with regard to the MMR. Yeah, 308.4. This is free also. Link in the description of this video. Now, let me just read this to you real quick. This should outline what I want to see to start putting some real money or cash to work back in this freaking freak show of a stock market. Okay. So a stock market re-entry point, here's how to play it. So again, Lions, after Trump's demand that the Fed lower rates, and we nailed that one to the wall. We nailed the wall. They make it way too easy to know what they're going to do, the games that they're going to play against all of us. So the S&P 500 did close at a new high. This was yesterday after being negative. Now, today we got that pullback here with the S&P 500. I want you to keep that number in mind. You see, 610123. Now, what we want to see is a pullback to the December high of 6088 or somewhere around here. We don't want to drop below that. We want to see a market that maintains that and then starts to move higher. So that's basically what I wrote here. And I wrote that, in my opinion, this would be a good entry point. And I'd also like to see the MMRI drop below 300, but I may still consider getting back in without that. And I'm not saying I'm going to just go full bore hardcore in here. You got to look at other dynamics that are in play, but it seems pretty obvious, people, that the mechanism here, again, of economic destruction to prop up the stock market is in full effect. You and I, if you've been with me for any length of time, you've heard me say repeatedly, and I mean repeatedly, that the faster that the economy craters, the higher the stock market's going to go. The reason for that is you can't have your cake and eat it too. What this is doing here, do you realize that over 90% of the stock market is owned by the 1% and 2%ers? Over 90% of it. The rest of it is owned by us, whatever they think of us. We're just nothing but a means to an end. You all know that. This is again diabolic here. The mechanism has destroyed the middle class. In fact, it's becoming extinct around the world. The economies of the world getting completely wiped out just to keep the stock market propped up. And now we understand the Fed is already cutting rates. Trump demanding that not just the Fed cut rates, saying other central banks should follow suit too. They all work together. He knows that. He knows that. He doesn't think you know that. And this is a mechanism here, again, to wipe out the economy and the middle class, creating slaves to the current system as they issue in the new system. We're going to talk more about that in a second here. But the potential here to create greater distortions in the price action of assets across the board remains fully intact. So those people like you and I who know that we're not in this market because it's fairly valued or anything like that. We're taking advantage of distortions here. And we're also taking advantage of the fact that cash always seeks yield. Cash always seeks yield. There's no exception to that rule. It always seeks yield. Henceforth, I don't have prints out for you. While you're seeing what's happening with cryptocurrency across the board, the talk of deregulation with the banks, the talk of deregulation with cryptocurrency, the merging of the two, which you and I called would happen before anybody else, along with, again, the game that's being set up here. And it gives me a headache just thinking about it. Jonathan, thank you. You're dead on here, bro. No, debt is a curse upon us all, with regard to some other things as well too. So again, realizing that the way this is going to go, there are a few certainties, without a doubt, that we're going to see. You know what they are already because I've beaten it into you deliberately. Again, massive currency devaluation, artificially suppressed rates, a destruction of the middle class and the economy with it, and every attempt imaginable, and things you probably can't even dream about, to continue to prop up the stock market here and foster what is clearly the greatest wealth transfer of all time. Again, we're being robbed blind. And we're about to be robbed blind even more by artificially suppressed rates here. And I can't believe what I'm going to tell you here, because we called it here first. Just like, again, we said Trump was going to come out here, and not all of you. Again, some of you thought I was going to be dead wrong on this. Well, I wasn't. Okay, it's too simple. It all comes down to multidimensional thinking. I really believe that, and just gauging from what we've seen already in the past. It's not that hard to put this together. You understand? So the setup here, again, is going to be this fake battle between Trump and the Fed. Fed's not lowering rates fast enough. Fed's not lowering rates fast enough. The Federal Reserve firing back. We will lower rates when appropriate. And they're already lowering rates. But I think there's a potential here for the Fed to pause, to create more of this show that's going to be put on before the people. No matter how it plays out, even if the Fed cuts 25 basis points, Trump's going to say it wasn't enough. And they're going to be laughing because they're working together here to bring us lower rates here, currency devaluation, foster more wealth transfer right up to the 1% and 2%. Now, a big part of that, where did I put this? Is this. And we're hearing more about this Trump's planned bank deregulation. This is a gift to the banks here. In my opinion, these banks are predatory. You all know that. Bank of America clearly being set up to fail here. No due process. Remember the story that was floated out on Fox. Oh, Bank of America is discriminating against Republicans. Meanwhile, Brian Moynihan is a conservative Republican, their CEO. It's a game. And again, on the public stage, get your cash out of that institution because it's clear. I've been telling you this for years. That Bank of America is being set up as the fall guy. They have to present the people with a sacrificial lamb. The financial system is being taken apart by inflating debt on a scale that we have not even come close to yet. You're going to see things moving forward you're not going to believe. So they're going to hang you the sacrificial lamb. In my opinion, it's Bank of America. It's been Bank of America. I've been telling you this. It's too obvious. And with regard to being obvious, you're going to see the show between Trump and the Fed, just like last time. It's going to be a replay of what happened during his last tenure. With regard to bank deregulation here, Um, Look, man, I think there has to be parameters. One of the things the banks are trying to fight against is capital reserves. They do not want to hold a single dollar of your cash in reserves. They want to lend it all out if they can possibly do that here, or use it. Use your cash on risky investments. That's what they do. And you get stuck holding the bag. We get stuck bailing it all out. I believe there must be parameters. I also believe that banks should be, it won't happen. I don't even know why I waste my breath with this stuff here. Banks should hold sufficient capital reserves. What am I saying wrong here? But it's not going to happen, unfortunately. So banking deregulation, and also obviously crypto deregulation, and the merging of these two entities. This is the key to the new system. Now, with regard to the new system, and I know many of you are really happy about this. You're doing cartwheels around the office. Oh, by the way, here. Cryptos will finally go mainstream under Trump's wider financial deregulation plans. Yeah, I mean, we all knew this. We all knew this from before anybody else. It's really the truth here. Now, with regard to Trump's executive order banning central bank digital currencies, yeah, the central banks will not be allowed to do this. This has been in the works for many years until one of a couple of things happen. One, a financial crisis. They're already killing the dollar. Okay, the dollar is being eliminated. We all know that. Again, Trump's call for massive demand. For the Fed to dramatically lower rates. The Fed doing so here, stealing purchasing power from the currency. We're in a liquidity crisis on a scale you can't even believe already. Financial crisis, okay, wave of a pen. There goes what central banks are with. This is something that it's like a carrot that gets floated in front of like a starving animal here. Oh, don't worry, it's all it is. It's a game. The fact of the matter is, we are going into this central bank digital currency, this transborder, cross-world tokenized system, and there's no stopping it. First, they got it again. Combine deregulated banks with deregulated crypto. You know all this already. Get people used to it, comfortable with it, and then people aren't going to think it's so bad going from this into a central bank system. But that's what the goal is, and eventually a central bank digital currency here. So the executive order, as fast as he signed it, if it even happens under him, it may not. Okay, we'll see. The faster the next guy, or Trump, if he gets a third term, because they're already looking to give him one, wave of a pen, it's gone. Financial crisis or wave of a pen, however it works. But I believe, again, what they're doing people can't get by. You saw 61% of young adults, they can't survive in this environment here. And that's currency devaluation that's doing it. And that mechanism is going to get monumentally worse, not just here, but around the world. So financial crisis, let Bank of America fail. Here's everyone. Here's your sacrificial lamb. We let them fail. But guess what? The currency, we got a big problem. So you know what? You remember that executive order, no central bank digital currency? We need a new system. We had a collapse of the currency. Well, there's a solution for you. Yeah, it's going to work real well. Come on, guys and girls. Isn't this too easy? Yes, cult leader. Didn't Trump ban central bank? Are you not listening to what I'm saying here? You think with a wave of a pen, it's not going to go away, or a financial crisis? Of course it is. People can't be that dumb. I can't believe there's a single person who's been with me for more than 3 days that is that dumb. It's an impossibility. But I guess maybe that's true. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so that's that situation. Now, I myself got a little bit of a wake-up call from you guys and girls out here. Greg, you should be reading about what's happening with regard to a couple of things. And I'm going to just show these things to you. I'm going to just show these things to you if I can find what I was looking to do here. All right. Number one, again, I can't even mention this. I'm going to show it to you. And I want you guys and girls to start doing your own research on this. And now this is not, I'm not calling anybody out here. This is actually happening. So I want you guys and girls to think about what this means and if you are in favor of it. All right, here you go. I'm going to leave it here for a second. I'm not going to say it. I can't repeat letters or anything along these lines here. So this is something you need to start getting up to speed. You got that? That's number one. Number two, I don't even know if I can mention this, but this thing. You got to start doing research on this, okay? This thing here, I think we're pretty much all up to speed on this, but there's a whole initiative going on right now for a whole slew of things like this. So again, start to look into it. Now, this here, I was really in the dark about. I was honestly in the dark about. I can't even talk about it. I'm not going to. But what I want you guys and girls to do is start to look into this, all right? Look into this. I believe you guys and girls are going to be shocked with what you're going to discover, and look at multiple sources, okay, on for information on this, and obviously on what I just showed you. I don't even know where I put the darn thing. With the what I just showed you a minute ago here. Start looking into these things, people. This is serious business. It's serious business, and I think personally it's it could present a threat or whatever. Look, so you guys and girls get up to speed on this. Look, it just vanished into thin air. How does that happen? Yeah. So do your research, your own research. Make up your own mind. Okay, I'm not here to try to convince you of what's going on here or what's going on here. Okay. I'm not even going to bring this stuff up again anymore. Obviously, this is you can't do it anymore with this kind of stuff. So, you guys and girls, do your own research on this. So anyway, look, we covered a lot of stuff here. I think a lot of important stuff. We outlined what we're seeing, why we're seeing it, and how it's going to play out. You understand? So I've always told you guys and girls to have the high ground. Thank you, Dr. Brisbane. I appreciated it. I know. Also fun. There's a lot of stuff going on, people, that's under the table, all right, that you're not really supposed to know about. We can't even talk about. I want you to think about that. You can't talk about it, because if we have a different perspective than what's being thrown at us, then we become a threat. And to the wheels that are in motion here. And I believe it's going to be nearly, if either nearly impossible or impossible to stop it. There's not enough of us who are aware. I've been telling all of you guys and girls to raise your awareness for years. Raise your awareness. Use your God-given intellect here. Don't let anybody, including me, really convince you of. I want you guys and girls, and everyone should do their own research all the time and make up their own minds as to what's going on and why. I really believe that we are moving into a system of such control that, again, the United States is going to be unrecognizable. And this is not just going to be an issue here. It's going to sweep the globe here. Who runs the system, honestly? Who really runs it? You guys and girls, again, you gotta start, just turn off the TV for a week and start, or the mainstream media, and start opening up your own minds. Think about things. Start doing your own research. They're counting on you not doing your own research. You not being aware of what's happening or why things are the way they are and where we're going. It's all a blame game. It's about assigning blame. Jonathan, thank you. It is. It's absolutely real. And we just saw a very classic example of that. For those of you that are new here, with this live stream, I was not allowed to go live because the title of my video and my thumbnail. Couldn't do it because it had certain letters in it. I can't, you know what these letters are. I can't even say what these letters are. I mean, these letters right there. right there. You see that? Couldn't do it. They would not allow it. Rich Clark, thank you so much. That should tell you something here. You can't think. You're not allowed to know, and that. Tell me how does not that not a threat to me or you? Do you see what I'm talking about here, people? I really hope you get it. Anyway, guys, it goes. We got a lot going on here for you, Lions. I said this is in your inbox, all of you, for everybody. It's free stuff for you. This is kind of what I was going to show you earlier. There's a lot of pushback here. Trump is getting a lot of pushback over this. Can you read this? I hope you can. And I wanted people to have a real conversation about this, not yelling and screaming and back and forth at each other. This is about awareness here, understanding what's actually going on, and why. Anyway, I really hope you guys and girls are getting something out of these videos that we do together. Again, this is our thing here. Anyway, all right, guys. So this is it. This is Friday. All right. What else can I say? What we're gonna do? What are we gonna do? What's Greg gonna tell you? Bring it in. Bring it in. You ready, people? Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable to each other. All right? And that doesn't necessarily mean money. All right. Let's really, honestly, people realize that we are not each other's enemies. We're not. They want you to think that. That's why they've conquered the society. America has been conquered and divided, obviously. Imagine what we could do. Imagine what we could do if we came together and we held people to account. Just imagine. Incredible stuff. Love you all with all I got. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those thumbs up. If I've earned it, I'd like you to give this video a thumbs up. And I want you guys, if you guys learn anything from what we've discussed here that we couldn't speak about, please post it here. Start a conversation, or if you want, this is I did this on my free newsletter. There's a nice conversation going on there, and people could get involved in this stuff. We must educate ourselves. They don't want smart people. They don't want thinkers here. God forbid if you possess the ability to think on multiple levels. They want linear and binary thinkers. Either you're for or against something. There's no middle ground. You understand? They got people polarized that way. Imagine again, look, man, one guy or one girl's idea, another guy or girl with an idea, they don't exactly see eye to eye, but imagine what they could come up with if they actually got together on it, on an issue, and thought it out and say, you know what, this works, but that doesn't work. They can't allow that to happen. They must keep you binary, red, blue, Dems, Republicans, or whatever it is. There's no middle ground. And if you look at a lot of the comments, how people pigeonhole me, I don't belong to any party. No party. I don't support any of this stuff. Okay. I think this is a game. I think it's a devilism, and that's really the truth. But again, do you have to be this or that? You can't be something else here, and maybe no, you can't have that. They can't have it. It's a method of control, linear, binary. That should scare you a little bit too. It really, really should. All right, look, I could go on and on with this stuff here. I really do, as I said, hope that you got something out of this. I really, really do. People, we got each other always, man. We always do. And I will see you guys. Yes, I'll see you Sunday for my my markets to look ahead. And tomorrow, as usual, usually Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, I put out a piece of literature that I think is important, covering things that I. And with that, at least on my Substack, there's no censorship whatsoever. If I ever get removed here, okay, from this YouTube thing, I will be posting directly to my Substack. So if you need another reason, it's free. It's 100% free. My Substack here. There's no censorship at all. Link in the description of this video. I hope you guys and girls join me over there. Okay, that's it, guys and girls. Again, you guys and girls are so awesome. And if no one has told you yet today, this guy honestly loves you, and that is the truth. All right. See you Sunday. That's it. I'm out of here.